What if I told you that the one thing you keep waiting for is the one thing you're running out of? Not money, not talent, time. You think you have time. You believe you'll start tomorrow or next week or once everything feels right. But here's the truth. The right time is never coming. You don't need more time. You need to stop wasting the time you already have. Every second that passes is a second gone forever. And while you're sitting there thinking about changing your life, the clock is still ticking. Life doesn't stop to wait for you. It keeps moving with or without you. You say you want to be successful. You say you want to grow. You say you're tired of where you are. But those are just words until you act on them. Action is the difference. Action is what separates the dreamers from the doers. And if you're not acting, you're just dreaming. Think about all the things you wanted to do, the goals you've set, the promises you made to yourself. How many of those are still sitting on the shelf, collecting dust? How many times have you looked back and said, if I had just started back then, I'd be so far ahead right now? That's the same line you'll say next year if you don't move today. You don't need more motivation. Motivation fades. You don't need more time. You won't get it. What you need is a decision to start right now. Because every second you delay, you're either staying stuck or falling behind. There's no pause button in life. It keeps moving forward, fast. And if you keep waiting for everything to feel perfect, you'll be waiting forever. Stop telling yourself you're going to change. Prove it. Change doesn't happen in thoughts. It happens in steps. And those steps, they begin the moment you decide that excuses are no longer welcome in your life. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, you might fail. But let me ask you something. What's scarier? Trying and falling, or never trying at all, and living with the regret that you never became who you were meant to be? People think failure is the worst thing that can happen, but it's not. Regret is worse. Regret lasts. It follows you. It whispers in your ear when you're lying awake at night. It reminds you of what could have been. And the only way to silence that voice is to do something right now. Think of all the times you were inspired by someone else's success. Think of all the people who are doing what you wish you could be doing. The truth? They're not better than you. They're not luckier. The only difference is they started, that's it. They got tired of waiting, tired of wishing, tired of putting their dreams on hold. So they acted. And that's exactly what you need to do. Because the gym won't lift the weights for you. The book won't write itself. The business won't magically appear. The dream won't build itself. You have to show up. You have to do the work. And that starts now. You think you need confidence to begin? No. Confidence comes from beginning. You build it along the way. You earn it by facing the hard days, the tough moments, the obstacles that try to stop you, and pushing through anyway. And here's the hardest part. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to knock on your door with a golden opportunity. If you're sitting around waiting for a sign from the universe, this is it. This moment, this voice in your ears right now. Let it be the push that finally gets you going. Because your future is being shaped by what you do today. Not what you think about. Not what you talk about. What you actually do. Every decision you make today is creating the version of you that will show up tomorrow. And the version of you that's stronger, more disciplined, more focused, that person is already inside you. But you'll never meet them if you keep giving in to doubt, if you keep choosing comfort, if you keep letting fear win. So what if instead of saying, I'll start next week, you started today? What if instead of scrolling endlessly, you put the phone down and picked your life up? What if you just went all in? Imagine where you'd be in 6 months, a year. Imagine how far you'd come if you stopped stopping, if you actually committed, if you gave it everything instead of excuses. Because time doesn't care about your plans. It doesn't care that you meant to start. It doesn't care how motivated you felt. It just keeps moving. And one day, if you're not careful, you'll look up and realize it's too late. That the chances you had, you didn't take. That the life you wanted, you didn't build. That the best version of you never had a chance to live. But you can change that right now, today. No more waiting. No more hoping. No more hesitation. Because the only time that truly matters, the only time you have, is now. So what's stopping you? Really, be honest with yourself. Is it fear? Fear of failing? Fear of looking foolish? Fear of not being good enough? Or is it comfort? The quiet trap that tells you it's okay to stay where you are, even if deep down you're not happy? Because here's something nobody wants to admit. Most people are not stuck because of circumstances. They're stuck because they're addicted to comfort. They've made peace with average. They've accepted just okay when they were meant for so much more. If that's you, it's time to wake up. You were not born to just get by. You were not made to live a life full of what-ifs and maybes. You were built to grow, to fight, to rise, and to become. But none of that happens if you keep giving your best energy to excuses. The truth is, your life is your responsibility, not your parents', not your friends', not your past, yours. And until you take ownership of that truth, nothing changes. You say you want it, then show up for it. Work for it. Bleed for it. Because the reality is, success is not given. It's earned every single day. It's earned on the mornings when you don't feel like getting up, but you do anyway. It's earned in the silence when no one is watching and you still put in the work. It's earned through consistency, not bursts of effort, not waiting on a perfect wave of inspiration, but steady, determined daily action. That's how change happens. Not in giant leaps, but in small, repeated steps. You want to get fit? Start with one workout today. Just one. You want to start a business? Open a notebook and write your first idea. You want to write a book? Type that first paragraph. That's all it takes. One decision. One small action. And then another. And another. You don't climb a mountain by jumping to the top. You do it one step at a time, even when it's hard, even when it hurts, even when you don't feel like it, especially then. And guess what? You won't always feel like it. That's normal. That's human. But if you only move when you feel ready, you'll never move at all. Stop waiting to feel confident. Start showing up and confidence will come. Stop waiting for motivation. Show up without it. Motivation might help you start, but discipline is what keeps you going. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't want to. That's what builds greatness. And here's the truth. You will fail. You will fall. You will mess up. But that's part of the process. That's how growth works. You fall, you learn, you get up, and you go again. You don't quit because it's hard. You don't stop because it's scary. You keep moving because your future depends on it. Let me ask you something. Who are you becoming through your habits right now? Through your actions or your lack of action? Because every day, you're either becoming the person you're meant to be or drifting further from them. The habits you repeat, the choices you make, the standards you accept, they are shaping your future self. And if that thought scares you, good. Let it. Let it wake you up. Let it push you. Because the worst thing you can do is stay stuck in a life that doesn't fulfill you, simply because change feels uncomfortable. You know what's even more uncomfortable? Living a life full of regret. Looking back 10, 20 years from now, and realizing you wasted your time. That you let fear win, that you let distractions and laziness and self-doubt keep you from the life you truly wanted. Don't let that be your story. Don't be the person who says, I wish I had. Be the person who says, I'm so glad I did. Look, you don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to start. Stop overthinking. Stop waiting for every piece of the puzzle to fit. Just start. Clarity comes through action. Progress builds confidence. Momentum builds belief, but none of it starts until you do. Let me be real with you. Every moment you spend waiting, overthinking, hesitating, is a moment you could have spent growing. Every day you say, I'll start tomorrow, is a day you could have used to get better, to get closer to your goals, to become the person you see in your dreams. Don't waste another one. The opportunity is right here, right now. It's in your hands. The only thing in your way is you. So ask yourself, are you going to let another week pass with no progress? Are you going to keep watching other people chase their dreams while you scroll through your phone and wish it were you? Or are you going to do something about it? Nobody's coming to force you. Nobody's going to beg you to try. It's on you. That's the beautiful part and the hard part. Because yes, it's all your fault if you don't move, but it's also all your power when you finally decide to act. And that power, it starts the moment you stop talking and start doing. Let today be the day you draw the line in the sand. Let today be the day you stop waiting, stop wishing, and start becoming. Because the clock is still ticking. Time is still moving. And the only question left is, will you move with it or will you let it leave you behind? This is it. This is your life. Not next week. Not next month. Not when things slow down. Right now, this moment is all you have. This moment is all there ever is. And the future you want, the dream you keep thinking about, it's built right here, in the small, tough, powerful decisions you make today. You keep telling yourself that you'll change, that you'll get serious soon, that next time will be different. But if nothing changes, nothing changes. If you don't act now, you're just making the same promise you made last month, last year, last time, and where did that get you? Be honest. You're still standing in the same place, wondering why nothing is happening. You're still watching others move forward, wondering how they did it. You're still searching for a secret, but the truth is there's no secret. There's just action. The people who succeed, they don't wait for perfect timing. They create it. They don't hope for opportunity. They build it. They don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. And when fear shows up, because it always does, they don't back down. They feel it and move forward anyway. That's the difference. You've got dreams? Good. But dreams mean nothing without work, without sacrifice, without action. You can't wish your way to greatness. You have to show up for it, day in and day out. And that doesn't mean it'll be easy. It won't be. There will be days when you want to quit, days when progress feels invisible, days when your mind tells you this isn't worth it. But those are the days that matter the most. Those are the days when you grow, when you earn it, when you prove to yourself that you're not the same person you used to be. And every time you push through, every time you choose discipline over distraction, every time you take a step forward, you get closer, you get better. You become stronger than your excuses. You want to build something meaningful? Then you have to do it anyway. Do it when it's boring. Do it when it's hard. Do it when no one believes in you. Do it when no one is cheering you on. Do it when it feels like nothing is working, because that's when it counts. Stop telling yourself stories about why now isn't the right time. That story is the only thing standing between you and the life you actually want. You don't need more time. You need more courage. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a bold move. You don't need permission. You need to give yourself permission. Permission to be uncomfortable. Permission to fail. Permission to start messy and figure out along the way. Because guess what? That's how everyone starts. No one begins with all the answers. They start with a choice. One choice. And then they keep choosing to show up over and over again. You say you want to change? Then prove it. Not by talking about it. Not by writing out a new plan. Not by watching another video or reading another book. Prove it with action. Because the truth is, you will never feel ready. There will always be fear. There will always be doubt. There will always be a reason to wait. But if you don't move now, you may never move. You might keep waiting and waiting until one day you wake up and realize that the chance is gone. That time has run out. That you spent so long preparing that you never actually began. Don't let that happen. Don't be the person who wakes up full of regret. Be the person who says, I gave it everything I had. Be the person who looks back and says, that was the moment I changed my life. Be the person who stopped waiting and started becoming. You have one life, one chance, one shot to create something real, something lasting, something yours. And it all starts now. Right now, you have a choice. You can scroll away and forget everything you just heard. You can go back to comfort, back to routine, back to waiting for later. Or you can draw the line today. You can decide that this is your moment, that this is the start of everything you've ever wanted, that you're done talking, done stalling, done dreaming without doing, because now you know the truth. You don't need more time. You don't need to feel ready. You don't need someone to give you permission. You already have everything you need. All that's missing is your decision. So decide, right here, right now. No more waiting, no more excuses, no more fear, because the only time you'll ever have, the only time that will ever matter, is now.